Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time zone you're watching me from. It's my wish and my prayer that you're all doing well from wherever zone you're watching me. And I want to take this special moment to welcome you to my channel. I remember this is a good channel, a home channel, a channel that gives you the best that you need. My good name is Kamanja, and this is my home. This is where I do my things from. So kindly, if you're very new here, it's high time you actually come through. It's high time you actually subscribe to this channel. Don't be waiting for somebody to tell you that this channel is talking about this and this. Kindly be part of this family. I'm requesting you humbly to subscribe to my channel and take me to the 3,000 subscribers. Be part of this big family. That is what I'm asking you. Be part of this big family. And you know, when I tell you this is a big family, this is a family that is God is blessing. This is a family that is being blessed by God all this time. And we do things our own way. Remember, we do our positive things. That is what we do, our positive things always. We do our positive things. And this is where just positivity runs through. Nothing else apart from positivity. It's all positive vibes day in, day out. We are not here. We don't have time to actually invest ourselves in negative energies. Guy, no, 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 no. We are not there. We are not there. I'm telling you the truth that we are not there and we won't be there. You like it, you don't like it. We won't be there. So guys, as you come through, kindly watch this video from the start to the end. Don't forget to watch the ads. You know how important they are to us. And then lastly, kindly, don't just watch the video and go. Give this video a like, even if you are a hater. I know you are liking something about this channel. That's why you're always coming here to watch and listen to what Kamanja is telling you. Kindly, don't leave without giving this video a like. Haters, you know, we also love you because you are also part and parcel of us. You are actually helping us to grow. Yeah, we also need you guys. It's not that we don't need you. We also need you. We also need you. So guys, don't worry. That was all about the lighting in the house. My good family, so much has been happening and so many things are coming. You know, this is a brand new month. This is a festive season, you know, and people are prepared to do this and this. But for me, Kamanja, where I'm seated, I feel that there is a lot of things that are they are being hidden. Like we have so many that people don't want to tell you what is actually happening. And my big question is, why are people sitting on stories? They really don't want to expose these stories. What is more important, sitting with them? Because, you know, when I see a brother coming out and exposing a brother, there is a very big thing that is supposed to be. There is a story behind a story, always. So many things have been coming out. Like me, I never knew. The way Murimi's father talks about, when Murimi comes out, and he was coming out yesterday with Max One, talking about Alima trying to come back, but he has denied and declined Alima's plea to come back. And I told you that is nonsense, purely lies. You know, and those are the lies we want to expose. But there is something else that Max One, the youth leader, is hiding from his people. Only Mayani and the rest to come out. Even Mogesi himself. They are talking about other people's family, but they are not talking about what Murimi's family, what Murimi's father is undergoing. How Murimi is actually mistreating his father. Because they know if they come out and say this, then they are going to justify the story that Murimi is so inhumane. Murimi has been beating up people. If he can go to an extent of beating his own father, just imagine. If he can go to an extent of beating his own father, baba yake anapitia mateso, like the father is undergoing a severe mistreatment in that family. Even Ernesto is not ready to break this silence and tell the people that this is actually Murimi. Because of what? They know Murimi is being supported. They know somebody somewhere is building for Murimi. So they cannot come out and start saying, oh, this is Murimi. But I'm here. And I'm telling you, actually, this is what Murimi is doing to his dad.
I'm even. Hiding here. You're hiding, huh? Why? Because of my son. Who is called Malim? Malimi has made it so I can't even stay at home. I sent Malimi to school, he studied and finished. I took him to Embu University. I struggled, working hard. I didn't even have an ox to plow with, and even now, I'm still suffering. I don't even have an ox. I'm really suffering. He comes and beats me badly. Just the other day, he really hurt me. He calls me Kalisha, saying, let me show you. He hit me with a motorcycle. You talk about Malimi, he ran you over with a motorcycle? He hit me, seriously? Seriously? Seriously. You see what he did to me? When he came, I told him, young man, you always come to insult me at my home when you're drunk. Why don't you just go home? Quote. He just comes and calls me Kalisha, calling me Kalisha and his mother Cass again. Guys, this is Malimi has his own home. Malimi has his home. Guys. I even went to Kwaisi. Another time, he did the same thing. I went and reported it. I even have his letter. Even. The police here told me, it's you who allows Malimi to do this to you. In the maize field. When he comes, I don't eat. I go to the maize field to sleep.
Yo guys, I hope that you've gotten that story very well. It's only yesterday. It was the 29th, 30th of November last month. And, we saw one day Murimi's father being intoxicated with Murimi. They were drunk, led by Max 1. And it was Murimi's father who was swearing that, you know what, I'm going to deal with Uncle Mo. Left, right, and center. I'm going to actually deal with him. It's a small thing. I'm going to get him out of his home yard and do him something very nasty. Just because Max 1 had bought them some alcohol and had actually coached them on what to say, Murimi's father forgot that he was actually undergoing severe mistreatment from Murimi himself. Something even Ernesto has never told us. Mugesi is there, he has never told us. Gintu is there, he has never told us. Nobody has ever told us about this. Now tell us that now this is something that is stage managed. Murimi's father has come out to confess and tell the world that this Murimi you are seeing, this is my son. This guy is an animal. This guy beats me up. I don't sleep. Imagine Murimi's father doesn't sleep in the house. He spends the nights in the maize plantations, fearing for his life. When he goes to report to the police station, the policeman always tells him, you are the person who did this. You are the person responsible for Murimi's behaviors. So go bear the consequences. Me, congratulations, those askaris. I tell them, thank you a million times. If that is the way our policemen should behave, that is it. Why should you go to complain about somebody's mistreating you when you actually come to his defense when another person is going to report him? Murimi's father should stop coming out and crying. He should cry to the sponsor. If Murimi's brothers are not coming out, this is Mogesi, this is Ernesto. They don't want to come out and say justice for our father. Murimi is beating. It was only recently, yesterday, that Murimi was beating this old man. In fact, crashing him through with a motorbike. Here on the legs. Like he was stepping with a motorbike and there is nothing, yeah? Murimi calls his father uncircumcised. He chases him away from the homestead. This father spends a lot of nights in the maize plantations. In that coldness, nobody's coming out to help this father. I know he cannot run to the Marwa family. He cannot run to the immediate neighbor who is the Ondaris because he knows very well. He is ungrateful. He was used. He was intoxicated and he came out and said, oh, this is what is happening. This is what is happening. Falsely. He came out to allege people falsely. And that's how, he is finding himself in a situation where nobody is going to sympathize with him. But for me, Kamanja, I'm actually sympathizing with this old man, Mr. John. His son is thoroughly beating him. Thoroughly beating him. Guys, you remember very well when David Jr. came out and told people that, I am saving Halima from this marriage because Halima is undergoing some beatings on a daily basis. The haters never accepted that story. What they accepted is David Jr. is breaking marriages. Even the same father who is undergoing these beatings was the other day actually calling David Jr. names, trying to curse David Jr. But today, I am surprised, he is cursing his own blood. Murimi's his eldest son. After all he has done for him, taking him to school, tried to take him to university, Murimi dropped out. He came back. Murimi demanded for his own share of the land. He was given his own inheritance. He has squandered this inheritance through selling 3/4 of what he inherited. What he has now is a small portion where we have heard from Gintu that a government road gonna be passing through it. So he's going to remain with nothing. This is somebody who is now beating up his father, and the father is now defenseless because the people who are supposed to defend his father are now using his son for their own selfish gains. Guys, it is true. Because, I cannot, they cannot come out here and defend themselves because they know what I'm talking is purely truth. You cannot tell me that Max One doesn't know that Murimi beats up Mr. John, who is his father. You cannot tell me that Ernesto doesn't know that Murimi beats his father. They sleep in the same compound. They are the sons of the same father. You cannot tell me that Mogesi doesn't know this. Ask yourself, why have they been keeping quiet? Why are they always quiet on this story? Because it not only happened yesterday, it has been happening all this time. According to Mzee John, this has been happening. He has been undergoing this beating all this time. But sometimes he is actually corrupted, compromised, and he comes and on camera, he tells people that things are right. You won't tell me that Mayani is an enemy to Max One. You cannot tell me that Mayani is an enemy to Mogesi or an enemy to Ernesto. Wait Kamanja, who went there, or Village Echoes, who went there and interviewed Mr. John, who is Murimi's father, then a different story was to be talked outside here. But this is now somebody from their own kingdom. Like now there is Storm over Paradise, who is exposing all this, telling people that this Murimi you see around, this guy beats his father like a kid. This guy lacks respect. Guys, that one will tell you the source of this disrespect these siblings have towards other people's family. Poor parenthood. Poor parenting. That's why you see Ernesto can come out, make a whole story about Congress' mom. And he knows very well that what he's talking about is false. And he forgets to talk about his father, who is actually being beaten by his own eldest brother, Murimi, who has now a channel and wants to run with this channel so that he gets monetized and he starts earning. Those are things that they know very well. If Max One comes out, say, oh, things have fallen apart. You know, when I was watching Max One's videos and I saw a title, Things Fall Apart, or Things Fell Apart, I thought now, he was to come out and expose Murimi. Yes, we are helping Murimi build, but this is what is Murimi doing to the family. So that, you know, I was waiting to see how people are going to react. But I actually watched the video from the 0 second to the last minute. Max One never talked about this mistreatment. Max One was there fueling Murimi to talk badly about David Jr. Was very busy fueling Murimi to talk badly about who? Congress' dad. But he forgot his role as a youth leader to condemn Murimi's actions against the father. Guys, I am here condemning those actions. Were it to be my father, that my brother is actually beating that style. The body is now full of wounds everywhere. The father cannot sleep properly in his own compound. He's a fugitive, sleeping in the maize plantations. Something that is actually sponsored by the atrocities and the criminal offenses of his son, Murimi, who now people are rejoicing in him, people are celebrating him because he's now talking badly about David Jr. or the Ondari family. Surely. Surely. I want to see Gintu to come out and tell us, guys, Murimi is a bad guy. This is what Murimi is doing to the family. You beat your own father. You are a cursed person. You know, when you beat your own father, you become cursed. So I want to believe that Murimi is already cursed. If you can beat your own father, and you cannot tell me that this old man is coming out to lie just because this is only Mayani coming out. I am believing the story that Murimi has always been beating this father. He lives where he was given. He goes to the homestead. He is demanding for food. Even the mother who is there. That is why I told you this is poor parenting. The mother cannot raise an alarm. The father has got letters from the policeman to arrest Murimi, but he could not arrest his own blood. Why? He's the person who actually took care of Murimi and took care of Murimi's bad characters. So he has nothing to regret. If he's to regret, he should regret on his actions when he was bringing up Murimi. If he has something to regret on, he must regret for Murimi having friends who can look upon what Murimi is doing and they keep quiet. Guys, Murimi is a dangerous guy. Murimi is a very dangerous guy. I've come to realize that. If you can manage to beat your own father, send your own father to maize plantations, spend nights there, and you come out here and you beg for donations. Hey, this village, everything is going upside down. I want to tell you, this village, everything is going upside down. The same old man I saw the other day, bashing David Jr., calling David Jr. names. Now this man is crying. He's crying of receiving canes, thorough beatings from his own blood. Murimi. Very pathetic and very sympathetic at the same point. Now, Max One is there trying to insist to Murimi that, this time round, you are not supposed to bring Alima back to the village because of this house. Guys, I've told you why these guys, we never talk about it. Moso Max 1, we never talk about how Murimi is mistreating his father. The same thing when Murimi used to be alongside David Jr. And David Jr. was filming every bad thing that Murimi was doing. What did the haters say? Oh, that is now he's exposing people's private issues. Now, do you want to tell me beating up this father is a private issue? Was beating up Alima a private issue? That is why you are keeping quiet. You don't want to go and rescue this father, who is now spending nights in the cold inside maize plantations. What if in those maize plantations, he gets a wild animal like a cheetah, a wild animal like an hyena, and they harm him properly? Who is going to be blamed? Will you again go and rush to Mr. Undari and blame Mr. Undari's family? I know you will never stand and blame Murimi. As failures, you will always find points to take your excuses to, and those blames to. Let the truth be told. Murimi has not stopped from drinking. Max One, why can't you tell people that, Murimi is still a perennial alcoholic? The father, the same thing. They spend times together drinking from the same den. And when things go south, they beat each other up. The father, because he's weak, he is left in the cold, spending nights in the maize plantations. If you are a man, and if you are a truthful person, and you stand for the truth of this village, come and condemn Murimi publicly. Just come and condemn Murimi, as Papa now Kamanja is saying, justice for Murimi's father. Yeah, there are the people who came out, oh, Congress Mama has been beaten. Now it's justice for Murimi's father. Justice for Murimi's father. Now I want to see people like the OT on trending, Carrot, Nairobi teacher, JT, come and condemn this act. Because for us, if we condemn this act, it is our own making. We are guessing. Now, Mr. Right, where you are, Madam Right, where you are, can you come up and make a story so that your whole stupid world is going to believe? Because you know well that these guys, positive people, they are not going to believe this story. They know well, and my people are now getting this story very well because they really don't watch these people's videos. And I've come to tell you, those sponsors who are now sponsoring Murimi, I'm not telling you to stop from actually supporting Murimi to have a good phone, supporting Murimi to have a channel, supporting Murimi to build his own home. I'm not telling you to stop. I'm sending you to Murimi. Remind him to respect his parents. If he wants to live longer, remind him to do so. Respect his own parents. Not even respect others. Respect his own parents, because our parents are the source of our blessings. So those guys who are actually helping Murimi do this, Murimi do that, who are feeling that Murimi was mistreated by David Jr. Now you can see the truth. That is why I told you in my title, we have hidden truths that are coming out, and the world is not going to believe on this. People have been keeping secrets that are very dangerous. Something that if this old man gets hurt, maybe he gets hurt completely. The people these guys are going to blame are different. They will never talk about Murimi. But now, because the whole world has known that Murimi batters his father, he beats him from the back here, the legs, the foot. He has no body actually. Every part of his body is paining. But Gintu knows about this. He cannot talk. Max One, you know it because you are always in that family. That's where you want to make stories with Murimi from. Every now Murimi surprise. Every now Murimi this. Every now Murimi this. Have you ever taken your time, even if you never wanted to bring it online? Have you ever taken your time and advised Murimi not to mistreat his father? A good person is the person who could have come online and say, I have talked to him. But what are you doing? You are busy cheating people, like, oh, this is what is happening. The village is so nice. Only one family is mistreating us. They want to take our plots. They are immigrants. They don't want us to do this. They don't want us to have this. Iyo porojo tu ndio mnasukuma. Like I'm telling them that the only thing that they are specialized in is rumor mongering and telling people about false informations. I saw Gintu actually challenging David Jr., telling him, instead of you going to condemn your father who has beaten your mother, you are coming to condemn other people's husbands. And yet your own mother is undergoing the same mistreatment. And I was like, this Gintu is always blind. He doesn't know anything. He really doesn't know who started this story. He doesn't know who started this story. And that's why now I am actually unmasking these guys' lies to the world. That this is what they really don't want you to hear about them. They know very well. If people will come and realize that this is the kind of people they are, doors to donations will be closed. Because they depend on donations, most of them. They are going to die and vanish into thin and thick village roads. You will never see them around. Sure, you are not going to see these guys around. You like it or not. So, for me, this story of Murimi actually, let the family members come together. If they cannot arrest Murimi, somebody who beats up his father, the father is now spending nights in a maize plantation without any help from the so-called people who want to help their son, who want to help his son. Max One is always there. I've never seen him tackling this issue. Like, do you know what? Mr. John slept in the maize in the maize plantations because of what? Murimi beat him up. We have not seen that, and I don't expect to see it because the haters, they know how to deal with themselves. They know how to deal with themselves. Yes, good guys. Let me take a glass of water actually. Today is blue. Very amazing, yeah? Very much amazing. So, my good guys, my good family, kindly, as you watch this video, remember to give it a like. Support us, guys. I always cry for support. Guys, if you find that your support is being misused, then go ahead and withdraw the support. That is what I always tell you. But I want to tell you, actually, we have people in the village who actually strongly need your support. They need your support. And yeah, but what I can advise you, when you come and you want to support somebody, take your time because we are very cunning. We are very cunning sometimes. We can come here, cry, help us, and at the end of the day, we turn out to be very ungrateful. That is what you are supposed actually to understand about us. Because now people are running to get me a channel because they are running for donations. They are running for donations. As I've been always asking, where do you guys get money? Maybe you plug the money from trees, you pick the money from along the roadsides, such a thing. But I've told you, people like Murimi, whoever is supporting Murimi, I'm not against. But I'm sending the same mother who is supporting Murimi to sit Murimi down, advise Murimi accordingly. He must respect his father if he wants to be respected. And it has now come to the dawn that, Murimi actually was beating up Halima. If he can manage to beat his own father, what about Halima? They go, Max One coaches him what to say because he has been in the game for long. Now he's the main coach. They come out, they stage things, Halima is saying this, I don't want this. I told you in my last video that Halima doesn't want to come to you, Murimi. Murimi, it's high time you forget about Halima, because now the law must be intervene so that your father gets the justice he's crying for. Justice for this old man. Murimi, even if your father is a person who cultivated this bad character in Murimi, he is regretting doing so. But the truth, the law is not going to regret leaving you. The law is going to catch up with you. That's why I'm saying justice for Murimi's father. And you see, I've told you, these are the same guys. Like I've seen some others. Lucas the Traveler, Mogesi, Mukami, all those jargons, those brats in a maize plantation where Murimi's father spends nights in. Dancing from there, trying to talk about congrats mom, a family that is well off, a family that all those things that are talking about, they are not happening. They are forgetting about their same family, their own family that is undergoing a lot of mistreatments, courtesy of their own son, courtesy of their own brother, Murimi. Guys, we are not supposed to be keeping quiet on these things. How long should I tell you and remind you? Guys, if something is bad, let us come together and say this is a bad act. Let us condemn. Let us not specialize in the art of talking, giving out false information. Let us sometimes teach ourselves to be true to an extent whereby people will start understanding us. This is why you guys, most of you are not even growing, because people are used to your false information. They have nothing to enjoy from you. Now you thought talking about Congress mom, it is going to give you money more than actually coming out and talking about Murimi's father, who is now being beaten up by Murimi on a daily basis. When you thought that coming out and saying justice for Murimi's father, it is going to cost you. Is it going to cost your brotherhood? Will it cost your friendship? It's better it costs your friendship and you save a life. That is it. So this means that Max 1 is not actually advising Murimi accordingly. The only thing that Max 1 is doing there is becoming a project manager, taking his share home and leaving Murimi with his own share. But the rest, he doesn't mind about them. Any person who is being mistreated in that family, they don't mind about it. Something that David Jr. tried to do, and you enemies wanted him to succumb to your pressures. And he said, no, guys, I'm going to stand tall. I'm not going to entertain this kind of nonsense. And he pulled off. He went away. I know you guys, I know Max 1 Gintu, they cannot pull out of this because they know very well they are getting help. They are getting supported. They are getting something at the end of the day. If 100% comes, they will take their 70%. Murimi struggle with your 30%. They don't want to. They are not worried on how long these projects are going to live. Their wish is to see these projects January to January, talking about the same thing, without people seeing actually what is actually happening on the ground. You see that? I don't know if you guys are actually understanding it. So let them not come out here and try to cheat you. We are the truth tellers. We are telling you what happens. Nothing is happening. The truth is, these guys are mistreating their father. And these guys are celebrating because they know very well. If the father comes out and says like he has come out to talk about Murimi, they are now being shaken. You will see videos coming out, clearing. This is happening, this never happened. They will come out because they know their subscribers are going to be on their neck. Max 1, why didn't you tell us about this? Why have you been hiding this from us? That Murimi is actually beating up his father. Murimi's father doesn't sleep in the house. He sleeps or spends the nights in a sugarcane plantation. Why didn't you tell us that Murimi's father life was at risk? Do you think Maxwani is going to tell these guys anything? We come out and start cooking up stories or clearing the air about this. But what we know, this old man is undergoing something that is very, very, very dangerous, a situation that needs some sympathy, a situation that this old man actually created. He is now trapped in the same trap he set for others. Look at how things go. What goes around comes around. But I thought this man said that he was so capable of actually turning things upside down. Why is he not turning things upside down for Murimi? Why is he seeing Murimi? When he sees Murimi, he runs to the maize plantations. Just imagine that one. Just imagine about it. Just imagine about it. So paining. It's so paining. So good people, my good family. I never told you that I had two stories about this. The hidden things that you've never been told about this village and you won't be told. They will only come and people will never come to emphasize. But Kamanja is always around to tell you exactly this is what is happening. Guys, have been seated somewhere trying to ask myself why the relationship between the dancing grandma and Matiko's father is soaring up every day. These guys, we've seen them. They have never been living together for all this time. Only to come out and unravel something very mysterious that happened long time ago. And this one will actually help us now be comfortable to attend that wedding, because I have now known nobody is going to bring a lot of drama there. As my sister Mura said, harusi ipo, haipo. Harusi ipo. Harusi ipo, haiondoki. Nakwambia pale nyumbani hapatoki mtu. Like, nobody is going to go there. Pale hapatoki adui, hapaingia adui. Pale hapaingia adui hata mdo, hata nusu, hata kivuli chake. Like, even a shadow of a hater is not welcome to that wedding, because the wedding is on. From this story, I've come to realize a lot of things. These things, the way they are unraveling, the way things are unfolding, I've come to realize that Matiko's father was once a thief. Just imagine, Matiko's father was once a thief and was excommunicated from the community long time ago. And that is why they don't have links to the dancing grandma. Guys, listen to this.
I want you to explain the point of your uncle here, Mr. Wadfo. He's saying he doesn't deny he married to the dancing mom. Yeah. But now, because of okay. She came and denied that my uncle that is a thief, and they burnt the whole home. Yeah, they demolished. No, they burnt the home down. Yeah, they demolished everything down. It was grass attached houses. Yeah, so it was grass attached houses. Yeah, they touched them down and they came down. So there were ashes. Yeah. So there's so many things that were inside. So many things. So people, walikuja kama raid. Baka ngombe walichukua zako.
Yesterday was a Sunday. And this very Sunday is when Gintu himself, alongside Mukami, who is always very drunk, very disgusting in his speeches, trying to actually dig towards the tribal line. Even his own fans have been trying to question Mukami's always intoxicated status. Why should actually Gintu himself use up Mukami to that extent? You look at Matiko, drunk. You look at Matiko's father, drunk. But these are the same guys who used to bash David Jr. and tell him, what are you doing with the drunken people? Now their own are drunk. Nobody is talking about them. Just imagine. Now yesterday being a Sunday, David Jr. went to buy the cattle and some goats for that big wedding. Remember, Dancing Grandma is wedding Mwita. But the haters, it is Dancing Grandma who is marrying Mwita. And Fogint was there to buy Matiko, Mukami some goats. You know, this kind of a competition, you've seen it. This kind of competition, if David Jr., you can do this, I'll do this. Guys, let us not enter into some competition that we are incapable of maintaining. Yeah, if I decide to be in a competition with a given soccer academy somewhere, and I see if their financial muscles are like, I know with the talent, it's incomparable, but we have facilities that will always bring up the differentiation, the different. Now, Gintu is in a competition with David Jr. Like what David Jr. is doing, Gintu must also attempt to do, without putting in mind, without becoming considerate of the capacity he can actually run this project to. And that is why when Marwa or David Jr. started building for the Dancing Grandma, Gintu came up with the Giga Family Project. It is told. They started together. Dancing Grandma's house is ready to be handed over. But where is the Giga's family house? That is no competition. Guys, you should not enter into a competition that you know well. You've no power to compete. You know well that you are just a participant. You are not a competitor. You see somebody, if David Jr. is taking people to school, you also start taking them to school. Ask yourself, how did he manage to actually do it? Now that David Jr. bought goats for Mukami, you are also adding some goats for Mukami. You really don't know Mukami's main agenda. You really don't know Mukami's motive. Mukami was crying in your video that, guys, open me a YouTube channel so that I will be telling you about this. What else do you think Mukami is going to tell us? The same old stories. Nonsense. Stories that don't make sense. Those are things that he's crying for. Mukami wants somebody somewhere to come through and buy him a phone. You buy him a phone, 3 days, he runs bankrupt, or he runs broke. He sells the phone to Changadens. He drinks in fact, he's going to drink that phone. But he's now crying, open me a channel. I tell you about this. Who opens your channel? You have the powers. Just go sell that gold that Gintu has bought for you. You can open yourself a channel. Gintu is there. You can open. You know, you cannot compete with David Jr. You will never fight him. Look at the way he was unboxing some gifts from the US. When you are crying to be opened a YouTube channel, David Jr. is being added a brand new GoPro camera. Number 2, another laptop, a drone. And this is a person you want actually to compete with. Gintu, you must be out of your senses. I don't deny that, you know, the effect of competition, more so when we have productive competition, that is the best thing I can talk of in the village. Like I'm doing this successfully, and you also do it your own way, but successfully. Nice. But when I do it successfully, to the end, to completion, and you start the same thing on your own way, and you stall it, it is not complete. then that is not competition. You are trying to fit into my bigger shoes that you will never fit. That is something that Gintu himself is not seeing. Now, guys, back to the cow stories. Now, when yesterday being the market day for, actually it's an animal market day at Mabera, Gintu also bought that, and Gintu came back to Matiko's family and asked them, where are those cows now being taken to? Their hope, their wish is to see, like I told you, they were planning something so that they disrupt this wedding, and these cattle that was bought, these cows that were bought, to be given, to be compensated to Matiko's father for his dowry that he's saying he gave out, a dowry of 8 cows, 8 heads of cows. Just imagine. Those were those days. We don't know who is talking the truth. As much as he's confirming that at one point he married the dancing grandma, but he's also telling us things went south and nothing is now linking them up. Why? Number one, Matiko's father was a thief. Matiko's father was a thief, a cattle rustler. He was actually, like he's putting it, he was alleged to involve himself in stealing. So the villagers had, with the local authorities, had to excommunicate him. They burnt down all his houses and he was excommunicated. Guys, when I talk about excommunication, he was told off from that village. And according to Matiko's mother, they had to live somewhere else in a given camp, pleading for forgiveness. And after some time, the amnesty was given to them. And from that time, because the dancing grandma was spared, this is the person who talked the truth. That guy, the guy I am spending time with, he is a thief. She was actually like spared. The dancing grandma was spared. Tell me, I'm sorry. Tell me if the dancing grandma was a bad guy by that time. They were all to get punished. But she was never punished. The person who was being punished was actually Matiko's father plus the family that he had by then. This means that these guys had nothing to do with each other, even by that time. Because if Matiko's father, the houses, the family was burnt down, the homestead destroyed, even the dancing grandma's homestead was to be destroyed. By then, they used to live together. It had not reached time whereby, like nowadays, this is my elder wife, this is another wife, they build, but they used to live in one homestead those times. So you will never tell me that they demolished all the houses and burnt them down into ashes and they left the dancing grandma's house standing. What does this mean? That actually all these lies that Matiko's father is now feeding people never happened. These are just lies. These are just but white lies. Nothing happened. He never married the dancing grandma because they never went through the same punishment. He was excommunicated. He lived outside that village till when he was given amnesty. And that's why, guys, you can see, that is why you can see, even dancing grandma's land is still intact. But for Matiko's father's land, it is not intact because it has now been segmented. Like it is now divided into segments because he sold these lands. When you ask what he did with the money that he sold the lands, because at that point, you will be told that all the money that he was sold, he sold the land for to Changa. He went and drank himself stupid. He spent all his money in alcohol. And now he is regretting when he's seeing the dancing grandma actually picking up and shining. Now, in their discussion, they are trying to see a possible situation whereby these cows can be given to them. Now that if he goes and claims, that is how Gintu is inciting them. Go and claim that this is your wife. And this dowry must be compensated to you if she has decided to leave you and marry another husband. I have told them the way he used to tell us, it is not going to happen. Even if you play witchcraft, it is not going to happen. Even if you run to heaven and come back, it is not going to happen. That one, I'm giving you this advice for free, Gintu. You can take it to the nearest bank and come back and thank me later that nothing is going to happen. But the only thing I want to tell you, never should you actually find yourself like going to disrupt the wedding, because the wedding is on, you like it or not. And you guys, mutaona tu kwa macho. You be just on lookers. What is happening there? I know a person like Mukami will be salivating from the outside like, oh, remember the other day he went to ask for food, some beef and some milk. How desperate are you? And you are the person here coming out very much intoxicated, and you want to talk badly about these people. Now you are trying to tell the people that, you know, the village dancing grandma, she is being isolated by the whole village or the family because she is evil. That's how you want to tell us. She is isolating herself from you because she knows very well that you guys are ungrateful. You will never help her achieve what she wants. That is why she is isolating herself from you guys. You want her to be around with ungrateful people like Matiko's father, Mr. Watfo. Imagine that name, Watfo. What is it you are asking for? Like Mr. Watfo, what is it that you want? Say, so you say you married the dancing grandma. What for? You are a thief. So what? He's marrying Mwita. So what can you do? Swallow it bitterly and leave it. Tunasema kwa Kiswahili kwamba kama tamu, meza. Kama chungu, tema. Like if it is so sweet, swallow it. But if it's so bitter, spit it out. That is what I can actually tell these guys. Because they are now becoming nuisance. Look at the person like Mukami, who is very drunk always. Now jumping from one channel to another, from Gintu to Mogesi, from Mogesi to Gintu, to the Lucas the Traveler. Instead of these guys, instead of even Gintu sitting them down and telling them the importance of living, drinking, he is the person who is actually fueling the alcoholism, telling them, you can do better. Today is a day, tomorrow gonna be another day. You know that? Nonsense. You are cheating these guys. You are using them for content. Now, today, let me tell you the truth. You are using this family for content. There is no way you can go to Matiko's home daily, make a video. We are not seeing any progress. Oh, phone call. Oh, this is happening. Oh, no foundation, no bricklaying, nothing is happening. But you are busy telling us, oh, this is happening. Oh, David Jr. Oh, this family. I've told you, if you want to compete with David Jr., then pull all your machineries around you. Then start the competition. If you will apply all that I'm telling you, and eventually David Jr. becomes out a winner. Because for him, David Jr. is not even competing with you guys. David Jr. is doing his own things his own way, just like Marwa and the sister. But for you, there is that feeling in you that this guy, if we cannot compete with him, this guy is going to step on us. How do you think he's going to step on you? Nothing. He's not going to do it as you think. You like it, you don't like it. These are people living their own lives. People are eating their lives with big spoons. They are not bothered. Don't cheat Mukami that, oh, these guys are going to come up for you, Mr. What for? Go for the cows because you know you are the rightful person who is supposed to actually receive these cows. Forget it once and for all. Swallow it and accept the bitter truth that Dancing Grandma gonna be married with Mwita officially, and they are going to live happily. No one is going to evict them from those farms. And as you are actually propagating lies and telling people rumors that David Jr. is going to grab that land and take that land for himself, that is why the cows are bought. That is mere lie. That is purely a liar who can do that. But we know very well that for Gintu, he is aiming at something very special at Mukami. And Mukami will come out one day here and start crying. Believe it, you don't believe it, that is what I'm saying. So as we are speaking now, it has now come to us to know that, Mr. Watford, Matiko's father, was once a thief. No wonder how the sons are behaving. No wonder even Matiko wanted to sell the motorbike. Look at even, this is an alcoholic family. Look at Matiko, look at Mukami. Let us now not blame the village. Let us now blame family lines. Because these are the people who have cultivated this character and made it very, very strong. But we know, because we don't have power, because we are very rational, we cannot come out and say, this is actually what is happening. You like it, you don't leave it. You don't like it, you leave it. That is it. But remember, we are here to stay. We are here to tell you the truth. So there is no way that Mr. Watford will go for the Dancing Grandma and demand something. That one, he has come out and he has actually confessed he cannot demand anything from there. Because they are not part and parcel of their lives. Everybody lives his own life. Kindly, for those guys who are cheating Mr. Watford, concentrate and build him a good house so that they can start comparing Grandma's house plus Mr. Watford's house plus Matiko's house. Those are things that we want to see happening. So from tomorrow, guys, as we wake up on Tuesday, I want to see my Gintu's first video, bricklaying, actually making the foundation of Matiko's dream house. That one, I know I'm going to congratulate you guys, because don't talk about Project Hewa, things that are not there. I'm going to do this, nothing to be seen. I'm going to do this, nothing is seen. We are tired of those stories. We want to see the actions. We want to see actions. That is it. So guys, keep on watching my videos. Just in case you're very new here and you're wondering who is this, I'm Kamanja_KE. This is my channel, guys. Subscribe if you are very new here. Take me the road to 3,000 subscribers, and God is going to actually bless you abundantly. Since I have nothing to say today, guys, I want to wind up my video here. I want to wish you well for those guys who are going to watch this video in advance. God bless you abundantly. Till we meet again, guys. Kwaheri sana, kwaheri ya kuonana.